Welcome back to Bryan Station High School in Lexington, Kentucky. We have the final championship game of the middle school state football playoffs here in Lexington. Darren Douglas along with Coach Mike Meehan. Gary Ball still in the house. We have to watch our P's and Q's with the potentate of play-by-play behind us,
right? That's right, buddy.
And the king of stream, William Warfield, on camera and producing. The captains were out at midfield just now for Northern Pulaski, who will be the home team on the scoreboard, or the team with the gray jerseys, the maroon numbers, and no trim around the numbers. So that's up to Coach Meehan to try to figure those numbers out. They were number 2, Jacob Butcher, number 10, Grant Rice, number 32, Levid Rodriguez, and number 65, Grant Bingham. For the Golden Eagles of Johnson County, the captains were Drew Polston, number 2, number 20, Trey Price, number 28, Zach Travis, and number 51, Ryan Dye. For the Northern Pulaski Maroons, I gave you the wrong one. Johnson County was the white team.
Yeah,
and they will have their backs to this side of the stadium here at Bryan Station High School, and a lot of people think this might be the best game of the three, although that first game was pretty good. The score not indicative of really how the game was played.
It was a good game, but I think what I'm interested in this game, Darren, is the physicality of this game. I think these two teams, being, 7th grade games are good, but let's face it, they're not big and strong. They're not going to really hit. These two teams are pretty physical.
You'll see nothing fancy from Johnson County. You'll see the wishbone formation. Occasionally they'll break the wishbone and put it 2 double wings, and then very occasionally they'll go to a couple of dual receivers, whether they be on the same side or opposite sides, but nothing fancy. Just pretty much, if we had it, 3 yards in a cloud of dust would be mud today, but on the natural surface. But today we just call 3 yards in a cloud of crumb rubber, which is the stuff under the synthetic turf. But the last game of 12 brought to you live in person from Bryan Station. There were 2 games yesterday over at LCA of the 12. But Coach Meehan, you're almost done with your second year of football. We'll get your final thoughts at the conclusion of this one as well. We'll get Gary Ball's thoughts for his first year coming over here and seeing these things as we go through this final championship game.
Something happened that we haven't seen the whole tournament. Northern Pulaski, I believe, won the toss and deferred.
Well, we haven't seen it. Yeah, you're right.
Usually you win the toss, you receive, because they don't kick the ball very deep. So this is quite interesting. Quite a lineup here, too. It's got a 5-4-1 return team up there.
The 2 deep men. I can't pick up the numbers, Coach. Can you?
No, see, I can't see.
Kicking off for Northern Pulaski looks to be number 23, Aiden Wesley, I believe, is who's kicking off. This one comes down, and that's Butcher, number 2. I know that guy, that body language anywhere, and he returns it from about the 10-yard line up over the 25 to around the 27-yard line. That is actually number 12, Cole Dalton. Well, he and Butcher must be related some way because the body language was the same. But that's where the Golden Eagles of Johnson County, they are out of Paintsville, Kentucky.
Paintsville.
Got to say it quickly.
That's right.
Isn't that home of the Apple Festival? Yeah. One of the Apple Festivals. I think like 3 or 4 around the state. They give it off on the dive play. This is Butcher, number 2. He comes up over the 30 to about the 31, giving 4 yards. On the stop, Michael Kraft for the Maroons of Pulaski.
Interesting uniform.
Or Northern Pulaski, I should say. They actually mirror the exact style uniforms the high school team wear. They turn, they give it off the dive play to the fullback. That's actually Butcher again, the right halfback, the belly second man. The staple outside of the fullback dive play, another one of those staple running plays from Johnson County.
And Grant Rice is the quarterback, I believe.
Yes, sir.
Nice job. He does a really good job of handling the football. If you watch him, his feet are good. He has nice handoffs, keeps the ball, holds the ball in the middle of the ball when he does belly so that he can pull it out. Very important that you do that. Hold the ball in the middle of the football when you're doing the belly plays.
Got a really nice, like you said, handle of what the offense is running. Here's Butcher, breaks the tackle in the backfield, gets the first down up over the 37-yard line, gets near the 40. I think that's where they're going to mark him. In on the stop for the Maroons, number 48. That's Kraft again, along with number 80. That's Leighton Abbott, number 18. Cade Sullivan on the stops for the Maroons. Actually, here I cover a young man now playing at Georgetown College in his sophomore season. Riley Hall played in this game as an 8th grader. Covered him in my 3rd or 4th year doing this thing. So you see, we're going to follow you along as we go through your high school and maybe college career. They give it again to Butcher. And, boy, I just like Butcher. He's not very big, but he hits the hole 100 miles an hour.
He does, and not afraid at all, keeps his shoulders down low. And, again, just a really good physical football team. In fact, both of these teams are very physical. So this is going to be a lot of fun for us.
Leighton Abbott again on the tackle for Pulaski from his defensive tackle spot. And Pulaski shifting weak side, strong side. And we have a whole side of the defensive line jump off sides for the Maroons to give a free 5 yards to Dixon. Now, you take your pick. There's about 5 guys on the defensive line that jumped. And really the one that got the biggest penetration was Jericho Dixon.
So that's good. Those penalties really help you when you get those little gifts of yardage.
2nd down and 4, the wishbone formation. Receiver to the left side, tight end to the right. They give it off. Belly, second man counter play to Butcher, and they'll get right up to midfield close to the 1st down.
Yeah, number 18 for
that is Cade Sullivan on the stop.
He went after the football to grab the football, but he did kind of
That's the other thing you see with these teams, Coach, so well versed in fundamentals, how when they tackle, they reach and grab and try to not only tackle the football, but come across the arms to maybe knock the ball away or punch it free.
Right.
Receiver to the left side, tight end to the same side. They give it, fake it. Here goes Rice around the left corner. 50, 45, 40. He has space inside the 30-yard line. He'll run out of bounds. You're going to mark him at the 31.
Yeah, did a pretty nice job of running the football. And, again, he's really quick on the outside.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll tell you what, Coach, the thing about it, too, is he doesn't take any unnecessary punishment if he doesn't have to out in the open field.
Right.
Smart young man saw he's getting ready to get hit, ran right out of bounds, said, hey, I'll live to fight another day.
I like these wars, these battles inside. The one I'm going to watch today is number 53. Logan Holt is the center for Johnson County, and he's battling with number 76, Devin Wesley, on the inside.
They turn. They give it off to Butcher on the lead play there through the A-gap between the guard and the center. He gets 3.
Wesley won that battle, but he actually didn't. And I'll tell you what I mean. He actually beat the center, forced him backwards, but he pushed him too far in the backfield. He couldn't collapse down on the football. So the running back went by him rather than against him or up to him. So this is going to be a battle. These offensive line and defensive linemen can really play football.
Abbott on the stop for the Maroons. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8 after a gain of 2 with 4.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Butcher again. Slams it inside the 30, down to about the 26, maybe the 27. Kraft again for the tackle, the middle linebacker for Pulaski County.
Yeah, he did a nice job of coming and filling that hole. This is a good football game. It's going to be a good football game, I believe.
May not be very many possessions, but because both these teams like to possess the football.
Foot to foot.
They would send the wing back in motion. Quick pitch out left side. Butcher getting around the left corner. Gets a great block around the corner. Flag, though, is going to bring it back. Have a couple of flags there.
This is a tough call. Again, I want to look at this again if we ever get a chance to see it. Number 75, the offensive tackle. Yeah, the offensive tackle.
That's Chase Litton.
Chase Litton made good contact, but the guy turned his back and he hooked him with his arm, I believe, to when he tried to make the block. So
got a nice kick out block, did Litton.
Right. So, that was a tough call.
Ryan Dye ran Butcher out of bounds. We have a whistle and a referee's timeout. Oh, they only marked it 5 yards. Should have been 10. So it'll be 3rd down and about 17.
I think.
To go. Tell you what, Coach, I like the 7-man crew at the middle school level. I wish more high schools would do it. I understand budgets and all that stuff, but they give it off to Butcher. He'll get about 5. Knocked down by Dye, along with Kraft. We've seen some good inside linebackers, Coach, throughout not only the whole tournament, but here on Championship Sunday, we have seen one at least on either side of the ball in every game we've had so far.
Every game. These linebackers are really active, and they scrape and try to fill the holes. We haven't seen too much blitzing by them, but most of these teams are running teams. So.
2 receivers to either side. We have tight ends to either side.
First down.
Yep. Nope. He's going to actually get
5 yards.
4th and 9.
4th and 9 is better than 4th and 14.
Yeah. Actually, it'd be 4th and 8 after the 4th and 13. And I tell you what, you don't know how hard that is, though, at this level to coach an offensive lineman to stay put in his stance.
Yeah, it's just a matter of concentration, though. The whole game, you have to concentrate on the football.
Tight ends to either side. Actually, one tight end here to the near side. Rice fakes, looks, has a man coming across, caught. And he's going to be inside the 30. He needed to get to the 31. They marked him at the 28-yard line.
That's
first down.
That's fullback.
Tackled by Braden Gibson, but another flag on the play. Let's see where it came in.
That's the fullback in the flat. They leaked the fullback out. He faked like he was going to block and then leaked out into the flat. That was a nice play. What's 32's name?
That's Rodriguez. Croft also in on the stop, but we have a flag right in the middle of the field.
Yeah, we have another ineligible receiver downfield. That's just called way too often. But again, if there was a lineman downfield, he was downfield. So.
And that could be on the receiver who's on the same side of the tight end if he was covering him up. All he has to do is go downfield. He doesn't have to be thrown to.
Yeah.
And here we go we go to the far hash mark now. Tight end comes here to the right side. Shotgun formation. Rice looking to throw. Flush from the pocket, rolling right. Trying to get help.
Good tackle.
A good tackle and a smart play.
Number 20.
As Trey Price makes the tackle, but a nice, smart play by Keegan Pelfrey, who was the tight end. He was trying to peel back to help his quarterback out, but he pulled up because he realized he was going to block the guy in the back.
Yeah, well, that's good. You don't need another penalty.
And that's just coaching. This goes to coaching, then also goes to football IQ.
Right, football IQ, discipline, and so on. We're going to get a first chance to look at North Pulaski now.
So a 5-minute, 47-second drive comes up empty due to some penalties on Johnson County. And now we'll get the Maroons of Northern Pulaski. Pretty simple to figure out what high school they feed down there in the Somerset area. The quarterback is number 2, Drew Polston. He wears 17 at Georgetown now. They turned. Little speed option. Had the fullback in the way. Here comes the wide. He breaks the tackle in the backfield and may have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage.
Very close, yes.
Which is outstanding for that young man. Stopped by Andrew Burchett for the Golden Eagles.
It was they're trying to run the option, and again, you have to really work that play in practice. You want to get you can't have the fullback and the tailback right alongside each other. The fullback's in the way, so you got to let the fullback. Sometimes it's better to take the counter step with the quarterback and the tailback. Let the fullback clear a little bit.
Looked like the fullback forgot he was supposed to clear out.
Yep.
They give it off to the deep man.
Oh man.
Punished by number 43, Jesse McCoy, along with the big defensive lineman, number 75, Chase Litton.
McCoy's a tough character. Look at this replay. Wow, bam. Yeah, when you get McCoy in there, he doesn't mess around. He's one of those lockdown linebackers. Nice job.
We've already seen Kraft for Northern Pulaski on the defensive side from his linebacker spot. Now we have McCoy for Johnson County, so we've identified our 2 linebackers.
Here they are.
It might be interesting for our fans out there who are watching at home or here in the stands. Count how many times you hear Kraft, number 48 for Northern Pulaski, and McCoy, number 43 for Johnson County's name be called. Back to throw. is Polston. He steps up in the pocket, going to be dropped.
Yep, nice job again defensively. These teams are good defense.
Chase Litton, number 75, on the stop from his defensive tackle spot. He got back short of the line of scrimmage. Gained 2, though. To be 4th and 11 for Northern Pulaski as we're at 20 seconds, clock running. And you see it's a pretty quick quarter when both teams like to possess the football.
And they do. They just pounding each other, and that's what we expected.
Back deep for Johnson County. I can't tell the number on the return man. We'll get in here.
Oh,
snap.
Nice
Good
catch.
Caught that with one hand. That's Butcher. It'll hit at the 46 of Johnson County. Bounces inside the 40 and will be down at the 36.
Butcher was back deep.
Yeah.
That was Butcher back deep and did catch the guy who punted it for
I don't know, but that was a great catch.
I don't know how.
The ball was high. Reached up with one hand and brought it down.
Pulled it down.
Yeah, nice.
And we're at the end of the first quarter. No score from Lexington. Division 3, 8th grade championship on PrepSpin. Is Division 1? What? Okay, 1. I usually have all that stuff here. I got lost somewhere. Don't have a clue where.
All S, all P, all O, R T, S sports. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter. Locally owned and operated since 1972.
Are you a Kentucky high school sports fan? Do you know where to find the latest news and information on your team, your competition, and high school sports action across the state? Join the fun and excitement at bluegrasspreps.com. You can support your favorite team, test your sports knowledge, and share news and views at bluegrasspreps.com for all the latest on Kentucky high school sports, other sports, and a whole world of lively discussion. Get on board at bluegrasspreps.com.
Back live here at Bryan Station High School in Lexington. Johnson County with their second possession of the ball game. And we're going to get a quick timeout from the Johnson County sideline.
That's a wasted timeout, you know. Coming off after the change of the quarter, and you have to call a timeout?
Did you see that?
No.
Actually, no, timeout Johnson County.
Yeah.
The quarterback, Grant Rice, comes over. The coach kind of looking up at the sky.
Yeah.
And Rice kind of taps him on the back of the noggin like, Coach, what are you doing?
Yeah. What are you thinking right now? Why did this happen?
I think the coach was actually thinking that he only had 10 players on the field, called timeout to save a penalty, and Rice said, no, Coach, we had 11. Boom.
Yeah.
My grandfather used to call those brain dusters.
Yeah, well, that might work.
Clean the dust off your brain there, son.
Big number 75.
Now, that timeout may hurt here towards the end of this first half, depending on what happens. Boy, I tell you, I see what that matchup you're wanting right out of the middle. You got
absolutely
Holt, the center for Johnson County. That's two big young men down there. Here's a Butcher on the carry. He slams it up in there and gets to the 45. Nope, they're going to mark it back at the 44. Give him 8. It'll be 2nd down and 2. I think the Johnson County coaching staff, just based on the first quarter and the lone possession Johnson County's had, and so far the first play of this one, they're going to ride number 2.
Number 2.
They give it to him again. He goes off the right side. He gets the first down. Will be short of midfield. It'll be a Johnson County first down at their own 49-yard line.
Yeah, they're really driving the football. They like to run that wishbone and run the power.
Chase Litton. Goes about 6'1", 6'2". They turn, give it off to Butcher again. Running off the right side, he'll get into maroon territory and be stopped at about the 47-yard line.
Yeah, you know what? What's happening, too, if you keep a look at that, you'll look at a lot of games. They're driving the ball. They're pounding the ball in that wishbone up in the middle. The secondary slowly is moving up to help make the tackles, especially the safety. You can't do that. You got to warn him, stay back, because they run that little pop pass on you. Tight end will get loose in the middle.
They break the wishbone this time and give it to the fullback. Rodriguez rumbles into the defensive secondary, spins down inside the 35 to about the 33-yard line.
Lots of people on that tackle.
Give them a gain of about 15 on the play. And that's the other thing they'll do, too. They'll use that wing back to after they break the wishbone, bring them in motion to divert your eyes and go back opposite from where the motion went.
They're trying to keep. You got to do a whole lot of things to move these linebackers. These linebackers are so active. Any kind of movement or counteraction to move those linebackers to give you angles to block them in the second level.
They fake it to Rodriguez, give it off to Butcher
Nice.
inside the 30.
Yeah, nice job again.
Well, Holt won that battle with his nemesis across the line of scrimmage. Had him about 5 yards downfield with his block.
You're going either way. It's going back and forth between those two. It's going to be fun to watch them the rest of the football game.
Kind of like two grizzly bears wrestling, isn't it?
They're doing it.
They're going at it.
Look at this tight wishbone. Fullback's right up on the quarterback.
And the nose guard jumps off sides.
And no reason. 51 goes and talks to the nose guard and says, "Look, I
Keep your eye, though.
know you have a tough battle here, but you're fighting. You're actually fighting against yourself when you do that. Watch the football, move on the football." Yeah.
An automatic first down inside the 25 to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, Johnson County. No score, 5 minutes, 47 seconds to play in quarter number 2. The Division I 8th grade championship, the last of 4 today. They give it off to Butcher. Straightened up in the hole.
Ooh, nice job in there, piling it
on
up.
the bottom of the pile. That's 48 again. That's Kraft, along with Dante, with Trey Price as well, down on the bottom of the pile there.
Right, both of them were in on the tackle. Price got in there too and just twisted him.
Coming in, well, Gibson gets his work out of him. Not only is he running the offense, sometimes running on quarterback keeper, but he's also running back and forth to the sideline to get the play. They short toss it here on the quick pitch to Butcher. Cuts it inside of his block.
Nice
inside
job.
the 10. Breaks a tackle. Inside the 5. Touchdown, Johnson County.
Nice job of breaking tackles and running. Keep those legs moving. That's a really good play, by the way. Really good play.
I'd love to see the instant replay on this one if we can
we
get
will.
it.
We're going to get it.
Want to see was that one of the linemen that pulled and got a block on the kick out, or was that the fullback Rodriguez?
Well, the fullback's been the one blocking on those power plays. So we'll
I'm talking about on that little quick pitch
we'll
here.
take it here. Yeah, it was 32.
32. That's Rodriguez, the fullback.
Yeah.
And here's
Yeah,
just
he's
shows
been
Butcher is more than just speed. He can run with power.
Yeah, he broke the tackle, number 48. Gary Ball pointed that out.
Yeah,
You could see
Michael
the broken
Kraft.
tackle, Kraft.
Here's the 2-point conversion. They give it off to
Didn't make it. No.
Butcher again. He doesn't get in this time. But with 4:56 to play in the first half, it's now Johnson County 6 and Northern Pulaski nothing.
I wouldn't be surprised if Northern Pulaski doesn't answer here with about 5 minutes to go in this second quarter.
They showed a couple of different formations in that first quarter. They went with an I formation. They went with the shotgun formation and one back in the backfield. So let's see what they do this time. They're going to have to answer now this touchdown by Johnson County for the simple fact that Johnson County has shown they can move the football.
Well, yeah, you don't have much opportunity.
There you go. You don't want to short yourselves on time.
No, you're exactly right, Darren, because
Right.
they're going to drive that football and they're going to take a lot of clock up. So every time
Right.
you have the ball, you have two goals.
Mm-hmm.
Score or really, really hurt their field position. Drive
Yeah.
the ball down. And if you can't score, make them work a long way to get it, to get their touchdown.
Back deep for the Maroons. Almost caught myself there. Almost called them the Purples. Maroons.
Yeah, it's hard to see who's the number of the two.
If I'm not mistaken, in Bowling Green's high school's actual nickname the Fighting Purples instead of just Purples?
I don't know.
Somebody knows that. Text. Send us the answer at PrepSpin on Twitter. Here's a kick that's bobbled by one of the up men for Northern Pulaski.
Yeah.
That's number 22,
Yeah, he fell on the
Grayson
balls.
Turner, but he able to fall on the football, and the Maroon offense back out after a 3-and-out on their only possession of the ball game so far today.
Yeah, they need to find some creases. If they're going to run that football, they need to find some creases. They've got good, skilled players. Quarterback can run the football.
Well, here's the thing. you may have to go off tackle or whatever because of the big nose guard for Johnson County, Chase Litton.
Yeah, Chase.
It's going to be hard to move out of there. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to either side. They bring one left to right in motion. This is Polson, and he is stuck. That's deuce on deuce there. Butcher with the tackle, but he's going to be close as Polson. He's going to be a couple yards shy of the first down. Nice read of his block by Polson, but a pretty good open field, picture-perfect X-book tackle.
Right, I think Polson Polson, the quarterback, tried to bounce to the outside and just couldn't quite get there. It was a pretty good tackle, you're right.
It'll be 2nd down and 2, 4:18 clock running, 6-0 Johnson County. They just scored on their last possession. Northern Pulaski trying to answer. 2 receivers to the left, 1 back to the near side, 2 running backs on either side of Polson. He fakes, rolls left, throws high, off the hands of his intended target. And was that Butch? No, that's 21. That is Ethan Reynolds, who was so focused on making the tackle should the receiver come down with it that it bounced right over his left shoulder.
Yeah, I know. And again, that you cannot throw the ball high when you're throwing that pass. Get your leg or get your feet around, get your aiming point, and keep that ball on the outside toward the sideline where the receiver can catch it.
Ball's intended for Braden Gibson. So it's 3rd and 2. And now Northern Pulaski trying to avoid their second straight 3 and out.
Little wing formation. I don't know what the heck
I think
was.
Polson expected a dive back, and he wasn't there. We have a flag on the play.
Yeah, procedure penalty.
The illegal motion.
Right.
Declined. A loss back to the line of scrimmage got Polson. It'll be 4th, and actually give him a loss of 1 now. So it'll be 4th and 3.
Yeah, if they're going to go for this, they need to make it. They cannot with 3. If they give the ball over to Johnson County here, Johnson County could run this entire clock out to halftime.
Well, the good news is for Northern Pulaski, if that happens, they get the ball to start the second half.
You know, it depends on if it happens and they score, it's not good.
No. Blitz coming, it looks like, from the outside. Here he comes, this Butcher. Nice play call. They got a wide open man in the flats. First down into Johnson County territory. He spins. We have a flag.
Late hit.
A couple of flags.
We definitely have the late hit for sure.
Yeah. Boy, what a play call. A fake. They brought the jet sweep around, but they didn't even fake it to him, and he was wide open in the flat.
What I'm afraid is that they're going to have offsetting penalties on this.
Could be.
I hope not, but it looked like a late hit and a hold penalty.
Here's the replay coach. And look here. Here comes the man out in motion. That is number 6, Jericho Dixon.
Yeah, just calling the late hit here on number 3. You know.
Andrew Burchett.
Yeah, they missed it.
There. And I tell you what, though, that was a great play design. I thought they actually brought the jet sweep around. They didn't. They actually leaked out one of the backs out of the backfield into the flat.
That's a good call. Real good call.
3:45 to play. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line of Johnson County for Northern Pulaski. Polson back to throw. Gets it out here and through the hands of his intended receiver.
Catch the ball.
Braden Gibson.
Yeah, Gibson's got to catch that football. It's interesting, isn't it fun? Look at there are a couple players, a quarterback for one, several players on the North Pulaski team with short sleeve shirts on. It's about 20 degrees out there. But they don't care.
Those are called football players.
Yeah, well, they said, I'm not wearing any sleeves. Why should I have sleeves?
I tried to do something one time. My mother said, that's not called a good football player. That's called a dumb one. I said, why is that? She goes, because you're my son.
Yeah.
Never argued with my mother over that. That's one thing. Here is a shotgun formation. Twin receivers here to the near side. They bring one of the backs out of the backfield into motion to the right. They give it off to the running back, and he may have missed the hole, yeah. On the tackle, there's big Chase Litton again from his nose guard spot.
Yeah, they just...
Along with Mason Lamaster.
Yeah, Lamaster actually scraped off there and made the tackle. He's that linebacker.
Looks like it's a 5-3 defense from this.
Yeah, well, it depends on the formation again.
Yeah.
There. I mean, they line up in a 5-3 when they come in tight. But they're walking those linebackers out too. So
Put 75 down there. He's so big. He could be the whole D line.
Yeah, he is. They got McCoy dropped down as a down lineman with his hand on the turf right now.
yeah,
Does Johnson County. It'll be 3rd and 9. Same formation. Little speed, a little option coming this way. They pitch it back, getting around the corner. He gets the corner inside the 10, 5, touchdown.
That was
Unless
pretty.
it stood out of bounds. Northern Pulaski. Who was that hit? Ran it in. He got a great block to get him around the corner. Is it number 1?
Yeah, number 1.
Chase Doan.
Just don't. Watch this. This is we talked about before. Now look at this speed option, down the line option, compared to the way we talked about when it didn't work, when they had the fullback in the way. Now take a look at this. The running back is going to be outside the quarterback. They didn't even use the fullback. There he is. They bellied him. And the running back was about 3 yards outside and 3 yards deeper. And that's exactly where you want to be. Nice job.
Yeah, Doan showing some speed to get around the corner.
Well coached. Nice job.
Here comes the 2-point conversion. Same formation for the Maroons. Polson rolls right, throws.
Nice throw.
And the 2-point conversion is good.
Take a look at that, Gary Ball. If you didn't see it, the pass, the defensive man was on the outside shoulder of the receiver, and that quarterback stuck it on the inside shoulder of the receiver, so nobody else could get it. Awesome.
So with 2:36, as you see on the camera angle there right now, Northern Pulaski moves ahead with a 2-point conversion play, which could be huge as you go through here, leading 8-6.
There's no question if you can keep that. If you're going to trade punches and get the 2-point conversion too, then you're going to be ahead in the football game.
Last night,
There's the Eagle, my favorite.
In his semifinal game against South Warren, Chase Doan had.
I love that Eagle guy.
16 carries for 189 yards and a touchdown.
Yep. That's the star of the PrepSpin broadcast. Is my boy, the Eagle. Way to go. Girl, boy, I don't know, whatever. It's an Eagle.
The funky Comedina.
Yeah. Yep, that's right.
The good news is when you put one of those outfits on, nobody knows who you are. You can act however you want.
And you can be warm.
Oh, yeah. This one comes down to number 12. This will be Dalton again. Gets a crease up the middle.
Ooh.
Actually, that's number 7, Mason Lawson.
Yeah, nice
Who's had a busy weekend this weekend. He's had his 7th grade contest in what probably was the best game of the whole shooting match against Cottle, where Johnson County loses in the final seconds of that game. And then he played later in the 8th grade game that night, and now he's playing here tonight in the 8th grade championship game.
He's moved up, and he's the guy that they're counting on.
It's one of those things where you can play up in the middle school ranks. You can't play down. Wishbone formation, double tight end. They give it off to the fullback Rodriguez, gets it up to the 35.
48 in on the tackle on the bottom of the pile.
Michael Kraft again, and I think the hardest hit he got was from his teammate who slapped him upside the head and said, good play.
Yeah, that's concussion protocol right there. Get somebody slapping you on the head.
That or it makes your ears ring for a while.
He'll do that, for sure.
I broke my finger one time doing that to a teammate, and my mom said, did it hurt? And I said, yes, ma'am. She said, serves you right for hitting somebody upside the head. He said, you could have headbutted him. I said, well, I could have. They turn to give it off to the second man on the belly man. Second man through. That is Butcher.
Yep. He's getting tripped up, and it's just hard to tell why.
Yeah, he's got good running for him. I mean, when you hear coaches at a football practice holler about high knees, especially from the running backs, it is because of that. You don't want to get tripped up on somebody's foot going through the line with all that traffic. It'll be 3rd down at about 6. 1:20 in the clock rolling. Here's that quick pitch to Butcher. He has an alley. 45, 50, 45, 40. Lowers his shoulder, and we have a flag behind the play coming from the umpire.
Yeah, another
nope,
block.
from the white hat.
Yeah, blocking the back or a clip on the play, way behind the play.
Well, I tell you, Butcher, though, you hear broadcasters and analysts and people talk about finishing a run. That's how you finish a run. Even disregard the block, but watch how Butcher finishes off the run. There it is, right there, right behind it. But look at how he finishes the run. Lowers the shoulder,
Right.
and he's the one that delivers the blow, not the defender.
That's true, but I tell you what.
But a block in the back.
You get you very frustrated when you have a nice run like that and it gets called back.
So it'll be actually a gain for Butcher of about 6. So it'll be 3rd down. How about move the box? The box guy over there's so cold he's frozen in place.
Yeah, his feet are frozen to the ground.
He's still there.
He's like
He's not moving.
no. And what's funny is I realize this. What they're going to look like they're going to measure, but what's funny is it's Johnson County with the ball. They're in front of the Northern Pulaski bench. Nobody over there saying a word to the box guy. And now you hear.
What, are they going to measure something? What are they doing?
They're going to measure because the penalty was a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. So it's close to a first down after the penalty's marked off. So they're going to measure to see if he's got it.
Everybody was yelling at it.
And the box man has finally moved, so we know he's not frozen to the ground. So it's 6 inches short on a 4th down play coming now. But then now he's moving. So it'll be repeat 3rd down, 3rd and short. The PA man calls it a half yard. It's about 6 inches. 2 chain links, right, Coach? If I'm not mistaken.
About that close.
Rice turns, gives it off to Butcher. 1st down and more, and somebody got him again I actually think he fell over the foot
I think so, too, because I didn't see anybody reach out.
of Burchett, his blocker in front of him, the right halfback. Now the wishbone formation. But Butcher got the 1st down at the 49 of Johnson County. And if he doesn't do that, I didn't see a gray shirt around. He may have gone for a lot longer. Butcher and a whistle, and somebody didn't get set. I tell you what, Coach, I was one of these coaches that thought being cold was mind over matter when it came to the game. But I was a little bit smarter. You see some coaches out here with shorts on, and then they got gloves, a toboggan, and these big parka coats.
Yeah, I grew to be that, too.
Live to fight another day. 1st and 15.
That's good.
They bring it to Butcher. Big crease up the middle. Uses his blockers. Weaves outside. Back inside. Splits almost 2 guys. He gets down inside the 20 to the 19. Coach, that is exactly how you want your running back to utilize his blockers.
Excellent job. Look, they get up to the line of scrimmage. They're trying to go quickly because the clock's running out here on them.
40.6. They're trying to get set, and they're going to ground the ball.
Yeah.
Can you get back to that running play, William?
I think what happened was I'm afraid that if you look at this running play, this play for the long gain, they look like they almost were moving on that play, too, before the ball was snapped.
Here it comes.
Bam.
They give it off to Butcher. Now watch this. He's got 3 guys out in front of him. White shirts are looking for guys in gray to hit, and then he almost splits Gibson and Travis there.
Yeah.
But that's how you want your running back to do. Get behind those guys. They're out there trying to help you out. They break the bone. Give it to Butcher again. Inside the 15, down to about the 13.
33 seconds to go and half.
Kraft again with another tackle for Northern Pulaski. Now Johnson County going to call one of their 2 timeouts they have left.
Yeah. It looks like instead of a hand off, that looked like a pitch, a short pitch to him.
Looked like almost that shovel Utah pitch.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me, he said, why all of a sudden is it called the Utah pass? Because the University of Utah actually developed that play way back in, the 50s?
Oh, yeah, that was a long
like that.
time ago. The shovel pass is not anything new, by the way.
Yeah. It's actually almost out of that. We talk about the wing tee, but it's almost out of the single wing look from back in the day.
And it's not called a shovel, as in a tool pass. It's called a shuffle pass originally. But you'll hear a lot of people now call it shovel because it looks like you're shoveling.
You're shoveling. You're actually really pitching like you would an option pitch, but you're pitching it forward. And it's actually a pass. It's considered a pass because it's forward. It'll be third down and about 5. They break the wishbone again. They have Rodriguez as the wing back to the right. They bring him in motion. Fake it. Rice rolling right, throws to the back of the end zone. It's caught, but it was the inbounds.
No, it wasn't caught. It was incomplete.
Oh, it said he went out of bounds. Boy, I tell you what, he was in. Rice laid that in the only place where only his guy could catch it.
Yeah, but Rice was in trouble, too. There was a defensive play bearing down on his back, so it was within a second he would have been down.
Looking for Keegan Pelfrey there. 27.1 to play in the first half.
It's fourth down.
8-6 North Pulaski. Fourth down and 4. Here's that quick pitch to Butcher. Cuts it inside the 10, inside the 5, reaching for the goal line. Touchdown, Johnson County.
Wow, got that touchdown with just 19 seconds to go.
Wow.
Very impressive. Very important, too.
And then he gave us the flex pose. And again, great blocking at the point of attack for Johnson County, and Butcher reading them and cutting off of them.
We're going to see that again.
That's a young man who has a nose for the end zone.
He does. We'll watch this two-point conversion then. Maybe
and then we'll give you the play back. Pelfrey goes out wide right.
Unbalanced line.
They go unbalanced to the right. They give it off to nope. Rice keeps it and scampers in for the 2-point conversion.
Just got a good job.
Boy, Rice does a good job of faking that thing to the fullback. He rides it till the last second, pulls it out, and he's fooled me every time he's run that play.
Yeah, you want to ride him all the way to your front leg if you can. And that way you can really fool the defense.
He almost rode him right into the line there so far.
That's good, too, as long as you're moving with him.
So here's the touchdown run from Butcher here. They break the ball, you bring Rodriguez around. Now watch, it's almost like a show. He kind of pitches it out there to him, cuts inside. And really, that was just good vision on Butcher's part.
Right, good job on Butcher.
Yeah.
Found his way through the little hole and had some blocking at the edge. Nice job. So
and Johnson County now moves out 14-8 over Northern Pulaski with 19.7 seconds to play before halftime. And this is hooking up to be a pretty good one as well.
Absolutely. The 2-point conversions are going to be important, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
19 seconds. What are you going to do? You're going to put the ball on the ground and just try to kick like a little onside look?
I think you find maybe a dead spot somewhere. Right, like see where the way Northern Pulaski's lining up right now. You got two guys, excuse me, at the 40, and they're really spread apart. So the middle of the field is wide open. Just kind of drop it in there and just leave it right there. Or you can squib it just like that, one of the two. And the front guy falls on it like he's been taught.
And the clock has 16.9 seconds. We'll see how North Pulaski can handle this short period of time, whether they want to try something.
And I just heard through my headsets from some of the Johnson County fans right down below us, do not let anybody behind you.
That's good advice.
You can't tell me parents don't think about things ahead of time too. They probably heard it 1,000 times in their practices from their son's coaches.
Well, Darren, look at the safety.
Yeah,
he's on New Circle Road.
He's almost in Georgetown. He's so far away from here.
Yeah.
And he's got corners that are about 10 yards from the line of scrimmage as well. And Northern Pulaski is going to take a knee and not take a chance on giving the ball back to Johnson County because they say, hey, we get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, that's
and we're only down 6. An entertaining half of football in the 8th grade Division I championship game here at Bryan Station. The final 4. It's Johnson County 14, Northern Pulaski 8. Coach and I will be back at halftime. Talk about the first half, give you stats, and get you ready for second half on PrepSpin.com.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthopedics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
My tax refund usually helps me out, but this year it was much lower than what it was supposed to be. This isn't enough to get me caught up. What am I supposed to do?
Is this happening to you? We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode.
Bankruptcy could be your best solution.
We're here to give you a fresh financial start.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. The consultation is free in Lexington and now in London.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be for generations to come.
I used my credit cards over the holidays, and I thought I could make it work. But between the bills and everything else, I'm really starting to fall behind.
A lot of people out there are drowning in debt.
We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode. You can have a brighter future away from debt.
We've come up with a way to get you started for less.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. In Lexington and now in London.
Sitters are here.
I'm ready. Okay, kids, behave.
Man to man.
I got the little guy.
Oh, did you leave cash for the pizza?
I got it.
With more features than ever.
All right, who's hungry?
Mobile banking from Central Bank lets you deposit checks, pay bills,
Okay, you're gonna get a rip screen.
send and receive funds with Pop Money, and more. So you can stay in the game without missing a step. Do more with mobile banking from Central Bank, official bank of UK Athletics.
Folks, this is Gary Ball, and you hear my catchphrase, soup and a sandwich. When I want the best potato soup and prime rib sandwich, I head over to Rafferty's Restaurants after my games. Check out Rafferty's 9 great locations throughout Kentucky, and all you teens, you can eat at Rafferty's before those big ball games. The open prime rib sandwich is what legends are made of. Ask Joe B. Hall, the legend himself, it's his favorite. Rafferty's a big supporter of high school sports throughout Kentucky. Rafferty's, where the special is you.
All S, all P, all O, R-T, S Sports. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall and allsportslex.com, locally owned and operated since 1972.
At White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, we believe that greatness is in the details. Each decision we make is for the benefit of our patients and our community. This means using industry-leading technology to help you achieve your goals and uncover your perfect smile. Our precision and efficiency results in an experience that is both pleasurable and affordable. White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, applying precision and elegance to your smile.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Whitaker Bank supports 956 Kentucky charities and community events.
Employees of Whitaker Bank volunteered 14,860 hours to better our Kentucky communities.
93 nonprofits that promote diversity and inclusion in Kentucky are supported by Whitaker Bank.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky. By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
There are 50 Whitaker Bank locations serving Kentucky communities just like mine.
61 Whitaker Bank ATMs throughout Kentucky make getting quick access to cash easy.
Whitaker Bank staff serves the needs of nearly 70,000 Kentucky customers every day.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
Take a little walk with me, I'll keep you in good company. hello, my friend.
At Lexington Diagnostic Center, we love athletes.
We understand that when you are injured, the results of an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray can be the only thing keeping you off the field.
And that's what we're here for.
Same or next day appointments, front door parking, and our on-site radiologists make it easy for you to quickly get the results you and your doctor need. Call and compare prices.
We can save you hundreds of dollars.
We would love to help get you back in the game. Call and compare prices
At the Lexington Diagnostic Center.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Over 30,000 Kentuckians are saving time and money by doing their banking online with Whitaker Electronic Banking.
341,000 transactions were made on the go last year using the Whitaker Bank mobile app.
Over 340,000 text alerts were sent last year with Whitaker Bank Text Banking.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
Hi, this is Gary Ball for Crown Trophy of Lexington. Crown Trophy offers youth sports awards, corporate awards. They offer signs and a full line of promotional products. They're located at 2680 Wilhite Drive on the corner of Nicholasville, New Circle Road, just behind Starbucks. Stop by and pick up your copy of their 85-page catalog. Crown Trophy is nationally known, but locally owned with 150 stores nationwide. Crown Trophy, the official provider of plaques for the Scholastic Ball Report and PrepSpin.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Whitaker Bank supports 496 Kentucky schools.
Over 282,000 students benefit from Whitaker Bank's Kentucky education initiatives.
Whitaker Bank has contributed almost $441,000 to education programs for the advancement of Kentucky's youth.
We share your passion, Kentucky.
Love the bank that loves you back.
Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
To get to 31, they mark him at the 28-yard line. They give it off to the deep man.
Oh, man.
Punished by number 43, Jesse McCoy.
Yeah, McCoy.
Along with the big defensive lineman, number 75, Chase Litton. Play. They short toss it here on the quick pitch to Butcher. Cuts it inside of his block.
Nice
inside
job.
the 10. Breaks a tackle. Inside the 5. Touchdown, Johnson County.
Nice job of breaking tackles and running. Keep those legs moving. That's a really good play, by the way. Really good play.
Yeah, I'd love to see the instant replay on this one if we can
we
get
will.
it.
We're going to get it.
Want to see the was that one of the
they score? It's not good.
No. Blitz coming, it looks like, from the outside. Here he comes, this Butcher. Nice play call. They got a wide open man in the flats. First down into Johnson County territory. He spins. We have a flag.
Late hit.
A couple turf right now. Yeah. To Johnson County. It'll be 3rd and 9. Same formation. A little speed, a little option coming this way. They pitch it back. Getting around the corner. He gets the corner. Inside the 10, 5, touchdown. Unless he stood out of bounds. Johnson. A minute 20 and the clock rolling. Here's that quick pitch to Butcher. He has an alley. 45, 50, 45, 40. Lowers his shoulder, and we have a flag. Live to fight another day. 1st and 15.
That's
They bring it to Butcher. Big crease up the middle. Using his blockers. Weaves outside. Back inside. Splits almost 2 guys. He gets down inside the 20. 6 North Pulaski. 4th down and 4. Here's that quick pitch to Butcher. Cuts it inside the 10, inside the 5, reaching for the goal line. Touchdown, Johnson County.
Wow, got that touchdown with just 19 seconds to go.
Wow.
Very impressive. Very important, too.
And then he gave us the flex pose. And again, great blocking at the Back here at Bryan Station High School, we're 16 minutes away from completing the 2017 Middle School Football State Championships. We've had 3.5 games. We're 16 minutes away from deciding an 8th grade Division I state champion. We're at the break. It is Johnson County 14 and Northern Pulaski 8. And we've had a good football game here, although Northern Pulaski is being outgained by 145 yards in the first half. They have only 45 total yards, Coach, to 190 for Johnson County. Johnson County has run 26 plays, only 11 for Northern Pulaski.
Well, that's part of their game plan, is to control that clock and drive the football down and score. But look at the score. It's only 14-8. Mm-hmm. Anything can happen. These two teams will battle to the very end.
20 carries in the first half for Jacob Butcher.
Yep. And we'll see 20 more in the second half.
Yep. 20 carries, 150 yards, and 2 scores.
Just super job so far. I mean, really good.
Young man is averaging 7.5 yards per carry. 2 carries for 24 yards for Grant Rice, 2 carries for 16 yards for Lavid Rodriguez. Rice attempted 1 pass. It was incomplete. Tackles for Johnson County, Lamaster with 2, Litton with a tackle and a half, Butcher and Pelfer each with a tackle. For Northern Pulaski, it was Chase Doan scoring their lone touchdown, 3 carries for 25 yards, an 8.3 yard per average. Polston through the air is only 1 of 3 for 11 yards. We've had 1 punt in the ball game. That was a 36-yard punt by Aiden Wesley. Michael Kraft, I told you I was mentioning his name a ton in the first half, Coach.
Absolutely.
How about this? 8.5 tackles in the first half.
That's pretty neat.
And Leighton Abbott had 4, 3 for Trey Price, and 2.5 tackles for Ryan Dye. Well, we're 16 minutes away from having our final of regulation play. This one's nip and tuck. We may have our first overtime game of the year, or of this year, of the state tournament playoffs. If it stays close. I know, I just said, I clarified, we're just starting, but this is going to be fun as we get down to the nitty-gritty here in the third quarter here. Northern Pulaski will start the third quarter with the football. They'll move left to right on your viewing device.
I can't. Okay. Yeah. All right, let's get this stone road here, see what's going on.
Back deep for Northern Pulaski will be, looks like number 28. That would be Zach Travis, the near side guy, and looks like number 11. Is it? Coach, can you pick up that number over there? Or I can give me your binoculars. I'll see if I can pick him up real quick. Number 1, Chase Doan. So if you're Johnson County, you might want to kick it away from that young man.
No, you don't want to kick it to Doan.
Each team has a really stalwart guy at linebacker on the defensive side of the ball. Then you've got 2 game breakers at running back in Butcher and Doan. This one's squibbed on the ground. It's picked up by...
Whoa, nice job reversing his field.
That's number 4. That is Gibson. And he'll come all the way back here to the near side and be cut down.
Number 5 made the tackle.
At the Northern Pulaski 43-yard line. That's where the Maroons will set up shop. Well, actually, the 44. 1st and 10 for Northern Pulaski, trailing 14-8 as we begin the third quarter play. And you said number 5, that is Jacob Kane on the tackle for the Golden Eagles.
Yep. Good field position, Darren. This
yes,
could be a good opportunity for them to get a score. Get back in this thing.
Northern Pulaski feeds, of course, Pulaski County. Then you have Southwestern Pulaski Middle School that feeds Southwestern High School. And then Somerset Meese High School, of course, feeds Somerset High School down there. They bring the man in motion. That's Dixon. Polston on a straight quarterback sweep. And he is dragged down after a gain of a couple.
Yeah, made about 2 or 3 yards. But again,
and I believe that was Butcher on the tackle.
Yeah, and I believe
actually it was number 3. That's Andrew Burchett.
They're doing a good job of running that power play. You know, you can do this if you can get those short fourth down plays, Darren. They just can't afford to get behind the chains. You know, penalties will hurt them bad.
It'll be 2nd down and 7 after a gain of 3 for Polston, the quarterback. We're just underway here in the third quarter. 7:15 to play in the third. A 6-point advantage for the Golden Eagles of Johnson County. Shotgun formation. Receiver to the left side, 2 back here to the near side. Backs on either side of Polston. They give it to the running back, and that looks like
nice job.
Number 6, that was Jericho Dixon on the carry.
Right, number 3 came storming up there to make
That's Burchett again.
Yeah, wow.
And he got a gain of a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 6 now for the Maroons. In case you joined us late, you've missed a whole lot of football action, not just with this game, but 3 other championship games. The Division II 8th grade title went to the Red Hounds of Corbin over Boyle County in what was a good game, which featured what you don't see in middle school timeout Northern Pulaski, which you don't see in a lot of middle school games. 3 made field goals by the Boyle County place kicker Jackson Smith, 3 of them. 41, 25, and a 51-yard field goal.
You don't see field goals being kicked. You never see a field goal kicker like that either.
No.
I mean, that's amazing.
I think the last one I remember in the high school ranks, at least in modern memory for me, is a young man down at Middlesboro High School by the name of Dustin Wynn. I think he was the last guy I remember that was that spectacular kicker that caught your attention. I think he had won a game in Middlesboro with a 60-yard field goal or something ridiculous.
Oh, wow.
Of course, the mountain air up there is real thin, huh? It'll be 3rd and 7 for Northern Pulaski. The Maroons looking to tie the score if they can drive it down. Here's a pass high.
Oh, man, don't do that.
And that was that little slip screen where the outside receiver comes inside of the slot receiver, and he was looking for Zach Travis, threw it a little high, and Travis was only able to get one hand on it. It popped straight up in the air, but nobody in a white jersey anywhere near to take advantage of that ball being popped up in the air like that.
Johnson County's running an interesting defense on those 3rd and long formations. They actually have 2 down linemen only, and backing everybody up as linebackers, expecting any kind of a short pass or screen pass. They're not going to get away with that against this defense.
They go with 2 down linemen. They have another guy creeped up as they go with the punt, and this one hits high in the air, hits at the 25, bounces inside the 20,
good job.
Inside the 10, down to the maybe 8-yard line where it's down by Gibson.
That was a really good punt.
Really nice punt. No return, and it gives Johnson County a long field with 6:07 to go here in the third, leading by 6.
This is that was the best punt we've seen all weekend. I mean, that was super. Looking forward to this now. Here's where Johnson County is tough. They can drive that football, take the whole quarter up to put the ball in the end zone the way they've been running this offense.
Coach, I'm sitting here watching the Eagle mascot while you're talking to him. He's making up his own dance right now. He doesn't care. There's no music. He doesn't care. He's just – here's a give-off to Butcher coming around here to the left side.
Great balance.
And he cut off the inside block by his fullback, Rodriguez, again. And I'm going to try to keep track of his carries here in the second half. That's carry number 1, 21 on the night.
21 on the night.
That's a lot of carries for a middle school kid.
He's a workhorse.
That's a lot of carries for a high school kid anymore, it seems like.
Shows good balance and is able to spin off those tacklers a lot of times.
He got 9. He'll be second down in the yard. True wishbone formation. They give it to the fullback this time. He gets the first down for Johnson County. Up at the 30-yard line. Give him a gain of 3. It'll be first down, Johnson County. That's Rodriguez.
Yeah, and their official helped him up. Reached down on his hand and helped him stand
That's up. Rodriguez's 3rd carry of the night. Tells you how heavily they've relied on Jacob Butcher here tonight in this championship game. But that's most wishbone offenses. They find a running back, whether it be a halfback or whatever, and they just hammer him. They give it off to Butcher on the
There's a hole.
Direct handoff or the inside handoff. We have no flag on the play, though. We have a gain of about 3 or 4.
They're getting that 3 or 4 yards. They're taking their time in the huddle.
Actually got more than that, Coach. He got about 9 again.
Yeah.
Wow, that didn't seem like 9, but watching the box there, moves it right up a yard shy. It'll be 2nd down and 1 for Johnson County. You know what? This Johnson County offense, and even the one at Belfry that we watched with this wishbone formation, if it's not broke, you don't fix it. You keep feeding the horse that got you. You keep riding the horse that got you there.
Right, and they use the fullback periodically to get the short yardage and then come back with Butcher. And just a really good offensive game plan.
Rodriguez got up to the 34-yard line, a gain of 5. 1st and 10, Johnson County, 4:25, clock rolling again. Getting colder by the minute, too, isn't it?
2 little kids in the far corner of the end zone playing football.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple good hits back there.
They have
Sign them up.
no care whatsoever what's going on the field.
There it is again.
They give off to Butcher, and he just rumbles. That's actually Rodriguez again. He gets 11.
They're using that fullback to get those extra yardage when they need them. So they've got 2 backs, Darren, that they can really pound you with.
Mm-hmm. And a guy who had a good game last night, and especially in the second half, Ethan Reynolds, number 21, the other halfback, is kind of being used as a lead blocker a lot of times for Butcher.
That's nice. The only thing that that North Pulaski can hope for is a turnover here. Otherwise, they're going to run this clock down.
3:38 clock running. They give it again to Rodriguez. Breaks the tackle. Gets into maroon territory. Gets another 1st down, a gain of 10.
Nice job again.
What's going to happen? They're going to keep running fullback, and Gibson's going to pull it and go around the end.
Sooner or later, or they're going to do a little counter action to Butcher. You know what I'm saying? Establish that fullback and then counter back. But, you've got to stop them sooner or later. Somebody's going to have to make some penetration and get a loss.
That was a gain of 12 for Rodriguez. It's 1st and 10 from the maroon 46. 3:15 in the clock rolling. 14-8 Johnson County. They're motioning out Rodriguez. Here comes Butcher. Goes off the block of Rodriguez. Gets inside the 40. Breaks a tackle.
Nice
runs
run.
over another guy. Gets the 1st down inside the 35.
Nice run. Really nice run. At the backside corner had to come up and make that help with that tackle.
And the backside corner for Northern Pulaski.
He wandered out of the game, get his shoulder pads fixed or something.
No, he's over there at number 9. That's who it is. It's Chandler Godby. Under 3 minutes to play, 2:49. Clock moving. Johnson County under initial possession of the second half. They give it to Butcher. Straight up the middle, dances in the hole. Give him 9.
Showing a lot of strength. This might be the best football team here in this tournament.
Definitely the most.
We're looking at it.
Most complete as far as
when you can, Darren. When you can control the ball game with your running game like that in any phase, any league, whether it be middle school, high school, college, whatever, pro, you're going to win a lot of games.
Yeah, don't think. As I look down on the field in the Johnson County coaches box, I see the head man of the varsity get a whistle. Actually going to get a flag. We're probably going to have an illegal motion or illegal shift. Illegal motion. Had a guy moving. Actually, a couple moving at the same time.
It's too much of in a hurry there, just.
Well, they gave it to Butcher again, but right. I was going to complete my thought. I look down and I see the head man, Jim Matney, in the coaching box of the Johnson County middle school program right there at the 40-yard line. You may see him with the yellow hoodie sticking out of the jacket there. But that's another thing, too. When those high school head coaches and his staff show up at your games, then guess what? North Pulaski offside, so they gave the 5 yards right back.
Yeah, it was they're just trading
Okay, you give us 5, we'll give you 5 back.
That's funny.
So we do a do-over.
That's right.
If it was golf or mulligan, I need a whole lot of those. But, again, Coach, how important is it, though, for those middle school kids, not only see the high school kids maybe show down, but they'll look over, they see the coaching staff for the high school as well as the head man there.
Right, they look up to those guys.
They fake it to Butcher, but they gave it to the fullback.
Gave it to Rodriguez again.
Now Rodriguez is the man on this drive for the exception of the one carry by Butcher.
Right, and they got him a first down. And, again, the penalty against the defense. You got a penalty against the offense. That's great. But then you come right back to a 5-yard penalty against the defense, and that gives you an opportunity to get the first down.
1st and 10 for the Golden Eagles from the 22-yard line of Northern Pulaski. We're under a minute and a half to play in the third quarter. 1:25 and the clock rolling. They give it off on the quick pitch to Butcher, coming left side, inside the block of...
Oh, yeah. Number 20. Right. Oh, he played that really well that time.
That is Trey Price, the linebacker for...
Nice job.
Northern Pulaski. Came from the backside.
Yeah, and worked his way through a block to make the tackle, too.
That's what you would call scraping, right, Coach?
Yeah, scraping through the block to make the tackle. Gets his head up, tackled a difficult runner, too.
We like to educate you when it comes to terminology that's used on a broadcast as well.
That fullback's in a sprinter stance right there, about a yard behind the quarterback.
You know, the last time I saw a fullback, when there's a fullback in the game, timeout Johnson County. But when's the last time? The last time I've seen a fullback do that? The old Texas-Oklahoma days when both teams ran the wishbone. They were down in 4-point stances.
Right, get down in that 4-point stance and get out of there quick, especially the fullback.
Yep.
You get that quick hitter with him. You can run the quick hitter with the fullback. You can belly the fullback and give him the ball, belly the fullback, give it to the second back through. Or a lot of teams run what they call the midline option with that back.
I take that back. I did see about 5 years ago the Navy, what they call they actually call him the super back.
Yeah.
Instead of the fullback there at Navy, and he did that with the 4-point stance.
Because your feet are frozen to the floor, that's why.
A gain of a couple there. They move Rodriguez back to the halfback spot this time. They turn, fake it. Here goes Rice around the right side. He gets around the edge. 20, 15. Flag coming behind the play.
Yep.
May have been the tight end on that side trying to get the edge sealed, and he may have hooked the outside linebacker.
Yeah, it'd be a holding penalty, I'm sure. They're going to have to back this one up. That formation it's not a true unbalance. It's what we call a dark formation. And that means you have center, guard, tackle, end, and split end. So in other words, you have one extra man on that side, but only 3 men on the line of scrimmage on that side over.
They're going to say the flag, pick up the flag. That you might have seen the gentleman in the white hat mark, wave the flag in the air. That means disregard the flag. And now you see the Pulaski coaching staff has the attention of the linesman.
He sure does.
Not only do you have the attention, he had his ear, his eyes, everything. And now Northern Pulaski with their back to the goal line. It'll be second down. Or is it third down? That is third and a short one.
Okay, now no mistakes here, guys.
Wishbone look. They turn.
Absolutely.
Give it off to the fullback. That's a new fullback in there. That's number 43 that's Jesse McCoy. He gets down to about the 2-yard line.
Well, Mr. McCoy hit that hole really quickly. I'll tell you that. That was a nice job. You can't stop that play. You got to stop that play on the line of scrimmage, and that means you have to slant in there, cover the guards or something, and slant in there to get that tackle.
They're going to wait for the clock to run out. We're under 10 seconds to play in the third. We only had 2 possessions. Northern Pulaski had one, moved the ball very well, had to give it up on a punt. Johnson County's taking the ball from their own 17. They're at the Pulaski County, Northern Pulaski 2. We'll be back with the fourth quarter. Still 14-8, Johnson County. That's a big-time drive, going for 17.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
Are you a Kentucky high school sports fan? Do you know where to find the latest news and information on your team, your competition, and high school sports action across the state? Join the fun and excitement at BluegrassPreps.com. You can support your favorite team, test your sports knowledge, and share news and views at bluegrasspreps.com for all the latest on Kentucky high school sports, other sports, and a whole world of lively discussion. Get on board at bluegrasspreps.com.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthopedics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
My tax refund.
It's actually Rodriguez that scored.
Touchdown here. Oops. There we go.
There goes Rodriguez. They lined him up at fullback, and he just walks into the end zone on the first play of the fourth quarter. Levi Rodriguez for Johnson County.
Going for two.
And they're going for two, leading now 20-8, and this is a big two-point conversion. They pitch it back to Butcher.
Nice job.
And inside he goes for the two-point conversion.
Yep.
And it makes it 22-8 now in favor of the Golden Eagles.
Took the pitch and made it cut back and was right in there.
I tell you what, and that's a big score with 7:58 to play. But now, Northern Pulaski, you're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. You have quite a bit of time left, but you got to score on this drive. You cannot.
Yep, I'm sure they're
come up empty.
Thinking the same thing, and they're thinking they're going to score quickly too. Our boy, the Eagles down there, really getting down and dirty now, buddy. Shake your tail feather, babe.
Not much you can do on one of those costumes. Do you realize that, William?
I've never been in one of those, Darren.
I actually did it. I tell you what, here's the thing, too, though. You know, I have never understood why Albie, the mascot for Auburn University, has won the mascot thing for like 5 years consecutive. He doesn't do a whole lot. I would vote and give it to the St. Joe's Hawk, because that person in that outfit has to flap his arms the entire basketball game. Never stop, because if he stops, he loses his job. Did you realize that?
Well, I wouldn't last long.
No, sir. I'm 2 minutes and I'm done. So 7:58, 22-8, Johnson County. Here's Holt kicking it off. It comes down to 23, it looks like. Then is Aiden Wesley for Northern Pulaski. And now the Maroons will come out. And they have to have a score on this drive.
Yeah, and I think they've got to establish, they got to run some trickery a little bit. They're not going to be able to power the ball down the field against this team. Not in scores. Many times they have to score. But they can run maybe reverse or counter if they have some tricks up their sleeve here and get a quick touchdown, get back in this thing.
Now, we've seen some pretty inventive trick plays in this tournament, too.
Yeah.
Shotgun formation, two receivers to the right, one back here to the near side. Backs on either side of Polston, the quarterback. Option pitch behind Dixon, and Dixon will go back and jump on it. Nice play by the outside linebacker.
Yeah, well,
for Johnson County. Forced Polston to pitch it quicker than he wanted to.
That's exactly what I was going to say. You get penetration on that option, you know darn well you're going to make that quarterback pitch quickly, and he does not want to do that. He does not want to get rid of the ball that quickly.
And that was a big loss back to the 29-yard line, a loss of 10. It'll be second down and 20, and that's also what the Maroons can't have happen.
Yeah, no, a very inauspicious beginning to a drive that's very, very important.
$7:11 to play, clock rolling. 22-8, Johnson County. Polston back to throw, looks right. First looked left, back right. Now he's going to run. Has an alley. Gets up over the original line of scrimmage and knocked down about the 42-yard line.
It's a good gain.
It'll be 3rd and 7 now for Northern Pulaski. I like what he did. He looked left, didn't see anything, looked back right.
Yeah.
Kind of half rolled that way, and as soon as he saw an alley, he tucked it and ran it.
Hard to teach a quarterback to do that, by the way. Even if he wasn't reading a pattern, going first read, second read, third read, he's looking backside, freezing the safety backside, pulling the safety's eyes that way, and then turn back to try to hit someone on the other side. The problem was it's pretty good coverage.
Looked like Johnson County was in that 2-down lineman situation and dropping 8, maybe 9.
Yeah, they're looking at those 2-down linemen, squeezing those linebackers a little bit. You never know if they're coming or not.
It'll be 3rd down and about 7 for the Maroons. Polston back to pass. Throws it up. His receiver had to adjust. And it'll be 4th down now for Northern Pulaski.
If I have one complaint about the middle school football teams, except for maybe 1 or 2 that we saw, is they're always trying to throw the ball deep. When you got 4th and about 8, throw the little 10-yard dig route. Throw underneath, run a shallow cross.
What's wrong with the skinny post?
Yeah, even that too.
Whatever you're looking at.
But see, the problem with the skinny post is they're going to want to throw it deep,
right?
And the safety is going to cover it. Throw it behind the linebackers in front of the safety. Just throw a strike in there.
You know what I haven't seen in the high school game in forever is a hook and ladder.
I've seen it
recently.
Oh yeah, and nice
catch, and then submarined is number 23, I believe. That is Aiden Wesley, I believe, who made the catch, and probably it was one of those cold legs. That's who made the tackle for.
Yeah, you get a helmet on your ankle or
your shin or whatever. Yeah. I believe the tackle was made by number 8, Matt Crum. I think that's who.
We see that again, William?
Yeah, or number 5, maybe Jacob Kane.
Yeah.
Somebody in that defensive backfield, but that was a
really nice pass and catch.
That was a quick slant. Outside receiver, here he comes. Or inside receiver, that's 23. That is Aiden Wesley, and then that is.
Yeah, he may have twisted his leg a little bit as he went over the top.
That is number 8. That is Matt Crum.
Good job, William. Really nice instant replay on that one. Really good.
And Wesley up and off the field. He's probably just got one of those things where you got that helmet on that cold leg. It'll be 1st and 10 at the Johnson County 45. A little speed option. Polston cut it up quickly, though, and gets inside the 40 to about the 38. Tackled by Butcher, who has been very active offensively, just as active on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, they're doing a really good job, but what we're going to have to do is they're going to have to hurry their huddle a little bit. The quarterback's going all the way to the sideline, bringing back the play. They're huddled 10 yards from the ball. They need to creep up or get a little closer and get that quarterback to go halfway to the sideline to get the call.
Do what Sam Weiss used to call a sugar huddle?
I've seen that. A lot of teams do that. We used to do that at LCA a little bit.
Polston back to throw. He throws this way on the out pattern and threw a little too tall for Barrick Williams.
Again, that was one of those passes that sailed on him. He didn't get his feet right, didn't get his steps down.
He released it as Williams was coming out of his break, but Williams never got his head around either. I think maybe if he got his head around a little bit quicker, had Williams, he could have located the ball and at least maybe gotten a hand on the pass or something.
In practice, you run that play. You tell your quarterback, if it's in practice, to zip it and hit him in the head with it. I mean, if he doesn't get his face around, he'll learn to get his face around. If you zip that pill in there.
My mother used to holler at my shortstop playing on my baseball team, throw it at his head.
Yeah,
well, that's when I was playing first base.
I don't know anything about baseball.
My mother was not a bad lady. They get inside the 35. The ball looked like it came free, but
he was down.
Gibson was down. He got the first down, it looks like, at the Johnson County 35.
Don't tell me they're going to measure this.
They're going to stop the clock, at least for the white hat to come up and take a peek at it. He's the one that has to make the final judgment on that.
Oh, he's going to measure it.
It looks like from where it's spotted here and the chains are located, he got the first down. Coach, I'm going to say about half the length of the football.
Yeah.
You say the nose, William, I say half the length. Now,
yeah, unless there's a kink in the chain.
All right, now I need to get the back judge out of my way. Get out of the way. Then the referee puts his size 11 shoe right in the way. Now I can't see it. Looks like he might be
inches short.
5 inches short.
Quarterback sneak.
Yep.
What you don't want to do is run up there and get a motion penalty. Get up there, get set.
So William and I both were wrong.
Go on your normal count.
Yep.
Run your sneak.
can you make sure in a huddle and tell your lineman, go up here, get set, everybody get set, and I'm going to kind of wait a second, then I'm going to tap me in the center, going to go on pressure.
That would be fine, too.
How come we don't see that much anymore with teams that do go under center?
I don't know. You see it periodically, but you're right. I think that. But don't go on a long count. Don't take a chance on messing up your own lineman here.
Go on first sound or pressure. Poston turns, gives it off of the isolation play. They have the first down. Flags fly.
No. Hopefully
it's not a hold.
It might have been. There was 2 flags thrown in there. It might have been a face mask.
Possibly.
All right.
But it came from the side judge. Personal foul, face mask. Good call, Coach.
Yeah.
I'll add 15 more onto it.
Yeah, that's going to be.
And the guilty party may have been McCoy, number 43, because he came out and kicked at the ground.
Yeah. Now, where was this called? Is it a half the distance thing?
Well, I think it's going to be added on to the end of the run, so it was at the 20, so it should be half the distance. Should be marked to the 10, right?
Around that 10-yard line, I would think.
How about the other? Okay, last time math was not my best subject in school, Coach.
Yeah,
but I know half of a 15-yard penalty from the 20 is actually 10.
Yeah, well, I think it was stretched a little bit.
I guess.
Look at this.
3 receivers here to the near side. 1 back to the right. The running back to the right to the left of Polston. In the shotgun formation. 4:40 clock running. Polston rolls left, has room to run if he chooses. Tucks it inside the 20 or 10, inside the 5. Touchdown, Northern Pulaski.
He's very patient, isn't he, Darren? Just a really patient runner. Looks for his blockers, makes that nice little cut inside. Good-looking kid, nice size. Going to be a good high school football player.
22-12 now, or 14, excuse me. And now Northern Pulaski will try to make it a 22-16 game with 4:29 to play. A lot of time left, Coach.
It is. Got to get the ball, maybe get an onside kick and get the football.
Yeah, or if you don't get it, you have to stop Johnson
They haven't stopped
County.
him yet.
Nope, but you have to get one stop. And you still have a chance to win the ball game. Here comes the 2-point conversion.
Especially if you make the 2-point conversion.
You know what was neat about that, though, Coach? He had room to run when he came out early, but he was still looking for a guy downfield. And he said, well, what the heck, we'll run it. Here's the speed option. They pitch it back.
Bam,
Gibson
nice
breaks
job.
the tackle, gets in for the 2-point conversion to make it 22-16.
What a game. We knew this was going to be a good one.
Mm-hmm.
They've just got to figure out a way to slow down this offense and get the ball back. Some way, get a turnover, something.
Well, if Johnson County gets the football back, I have a feeling what we're going to see a heavy dose of Jacob Butcher.
Jacob Butcher and Rodriguez.
And maybe a little bit of Rodriguez thrown in.
Yeah, no kidding. I would.
With maybe a little sprinkling of Rice, the quarterback,
He's pretty
as well.
tough. He's pretty tough, too. It's all going to come down to this whole football game now is going to come down to whether the defense from Johnson County
this series right here
can stop this football team maybe after one series if possible. And, of course, North Pulaski, what's their goal? Their goal is to take the time off that clock and drive that ball down the field.
Or Johnson County, yeah.
Yeah, Johnson County.
Well, here's
here's
the thing.
Yeah,
we're talking about a heavy dose of Butcher.
Yeah.
Throw in a little bit of Rodriguez. Throw in a little bit more of Grant Rice, the quarterback. But guess who the forgotten guy is? The right half, Ethan Reynolds, who, according to stats right now, has no carries this ball game. Who knows? The Johnson County staff may say, hey, he might be the forgotten guy.
Yeah, he can shock you, too.
Yep, and he's got good speed, too.
North Pulaski's got to play some D, though.
It looks like they're lining up for an onside kick, and they're going short side, it looks like, with the kicker. Actually, he's going to bring it over here.
It all matters about the bounce. That's what's
Is he going to the middle, or is he going? They're putting him right in the middle of the field. It looks like you have the hands team in for Johnson County, with the exception of the guy right in the middle, and that's Holt. This one kicked. It's not going to go far enough.
Right.
And that is number 20, I think, Trey Price kicking off, and he just didn't get it. That is an art form, Coach. I mean, everybody says, oh, it's so easy to kick onside kicks. No, it's not.
Yeah, you got to run, kick the top of the ball with enough force that it goes 10 yards, but does that Short bounce along, high bounce.
You want that high bounce at the last minute. The best kicker I ever saw doing that was the guy many years ago, not many years ago, about 10 years ago for the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Can't think of it. Adam Vinatieri's pretty good at it, too. Yeah. Of course, he's pretty good about everything, though.
Been around a while.
I think somebody said the other day it's 22nd year.
Yeah, I think so. All right, here we go. Got to play
First
deep.
and 10 from the 44 of Northern Pulaski. They turn, give it off to Butcher, bounces off a tackler, gets inside the 40, down to the 36-yard line.
Tackle by 48.
Kraft again with another tackle. Let's carry, by my count, 26 for Butcher. Del Negro? Yeah. Maybe. Can't think if he's a kick. I don't remember if he was a kicker or the punter. Jeff Fiegels was the punter, I think, at that time for the Giants. I'm showing my age, Coach.
No, you're showing your memory. You're not showing your age.
Got 5, did Butcher. But my count, that was his 26th carry today, Coach. Turn. They fake it to
fullback again.
Boy, they got Rodriguez, and he just lowers his shoulder.
That's what you have to stop, and you can't. They haven't stopped it. They have not stopped. We can say all you want about Butcher, but if you can't stop the fullback, you're not stopping anybody.
Well, they gave a heavy dose of Butcher in the first half. Third quarter, they started giving it to the fullback Rodriguez.
And they brought that number 43 in.
Yeah,
he did a good job.
McCoy.
Yeah.
And get this, though. All night last night, Rodriguez played the right halfback in that wishbone formation.
They know something, these coaching staff.
It'll be 1st and 10 for Johnson County. Nobody wide, everybody in tight. They give it to the fullback Rodriguez, just carrying tacklers with him down to about the 25-yard line. Going to be short of that, maybe mark him about the 27. Give him 5 from the 32 to there. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
No, we're fine. We're enjoying this football game.
We need to bring a tent to put over there, maybe keep the wind out of you.
Yeah, that's what the announcer said.
2:45 to play, clock rolling. Johnson County trying to stave off North Pulaski. They give it off to Rodriguez again. This was just straight dive play.
Ball's loose, I think.
Did the ball come loose, or was that maybe his hand going down? He got the first down, it looks like.
Well, I thought it was a fumble.
Inside the 25. He's going to be about a yard shy, I think.
2 minutes and 24 seconds to go in the football game, and they cannot stop the fullback. They haven't been able to yet.
They haven't stopped this running game at all, period. Whoever's carrying the ball is Northern Pulaski.
3rd and short.
And you know what you're getting with Johnson County, and now with Johnson Central. Yep. It's like you know what you're getting with Belfry. Line it up, here we come.
Mention some of these offensive linemen again, Darren. They're just really doing a good job.
I will. Here they turn, give it off to Butcher. Breaks a tackle, gets inside the 20, and that'll be a 1st down for Johnson County.
53.
The center is Logan Holt. It looks like let's give you the right side first. Catch them when they come out of the huddle.
Well, 55, 72, doing a good job. 65,
the right guard is 72. 53. That is Owen Lemaster. 65, Grant Bingham is the right guard.
53.
Right tackle. Logan Holt's the center. We mentioned him. 75 is Chase Litton. He is the left tackle.
The big dude.
And I think the other side is manned by, I believe, I thought I saw 70, not 173. I think it was 68. I saw. Let me make sure I get the left guard. It's the one we're missing. But I'm telling you what, you got 2 big tackles in Litton at the left side and Gibson on the right. That is 2 big boys out there.
You got a power running fullback.
You got a good sized line center,
and you have a tailback or running back that can gut his way and spin and get that extra yardage.
Yeah, 63. I mean, not Gibson. Bingham was the other guy. Gibson is the left guard. So those are the 5 guys that don't get mentioned a lot, and the only people that know their name usually are their family, their position coach, and their girlfriend if they got one.
And the people playing over them.
Yeah.
Have to.
Rice, as the whistle sounds. And Johnson County called another timeout.
That's interesting.
That's their final timeout of the game, I believe.
Yeah, that was kind of an interesting
22-16. Want to mention a lot of fine sponsors. The Title sponsor on the PrepSpin Network, White, Greer, and Maggard. Bluegrass Orthodontics, or not Bluegrass Orthopedics. I was mentioning White, Greer, and Maggard as the orthodontics, and then I heard you say orthodontics, and I was thinking Bluegrass Orthopedics, but it came out the other way. Apologize for that, William.
Came out the wrong end, man.
Yeah, well.
Mingy beef jerky.
Mingy beef jerky, all sports.
In Fayetteville.
Simply Great Soaps, correct, over in Paris. Alt 32, is that right? Alt 32? Alt 32, and all sports in Fayetteville. The only all sports in Lexington now, by the way. There used to be a couple other locations, but only now in Fayetteville. And also Rafferty's Restaurant.
Here we go, Darren.
And all that good stuff. Back to action. Is that Butcher or is that Rodriguez again?
It was a Butcher.
That's Butcher. 28 carries by my count.
28 carries.
That's a lot of carries in a middle school.
We got another timeout.
This timeout Northern Pulaski.
Yeah,
a minute 41. Now we can come back inside and keep on for another
30 seconds.
2 minutes.
What's the down here now? With third
It'll be
down?
second down and 7. He got 3, did Butcher. Is that William knocking on? Did he lock the door? You locked the door. You locked yourself. I guess you hit the knob when you went out.
Yeah, we didn't do that.
We heard this knock. We thought it was the people in front of us knocking on the.
Kenny Bourne came and did it. He locked.
Kenny Bourne. We'll blame it on Kenny Bourne there across the way here.
All right, this is now or never for the
Northern Pulaski
Maroons. They've got to do something here in these next couple downs.
They have 2 timeouts left still, so they can stop the clock theoretically here if they can get them on third down and stop them on fourth down. But they'll have a long field.
Anything can happen. Johnson County is just very, very, very disciplined, though. So
a minute 41, full house backfield. They give it off. They move Butcher to the right. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Just a little slick move. They moved. He'd been lining up at the left half all night long. They moved him to the right side and used the same play he'd been running to the right, back to the left. He got 6. It'll be 3rd and 2 now for Northern Pulaski as the clock moves with a minute 22 to play.
That might have been the biggest play of the game.
Just that little move?
Yeah, to get that close to that first down. Now they've got 2 downs to get that 1 yard.
Oh, I thought you talked about moving Butcher from the left half to the right half. That was a subtle move there that nobody picked up. Now they move him back to the left side.
Big fullback. I wouldn't mess around handling the ball too much. I'd go ahead and snap the ball and let the clock run down and snap the ball.
Now it looks like Johnson County might burn a timeout here just to make sure. Yep, they're going to look to make sure that they have the right play call.
Either that or they're just sadists and they want their fans to be cold.
Who said that sounds like something Gary Ball would have come up with. How about the chess match going on between the 2 head coaches and their staffs right now?
They are trying, but again, that you can play chess all you want to.
It's execution.
But when the team you're playing against is playing checkers, you're not going to win. It's like taking a knife to a gunfight.
Yeah, and you're the guy with the knife.
Yeah, you're the guy with a knife, and
you never got the memo about being a gunfight.
And the Johnson County football team is powerful.
Here in the second half, I think Northern Pulaski though has done a little bit better job of stopping this offense to a point, making them use up more time,
slowing it down.
They turn, give it off to Butcher, slams it up inside the 10. Gets the first down. It'll be 1st and goal.
76 and 6. Both
They're
made that.
Stopping the clock. The clock is not stopping. They're going to have to add time. They keep waving. The clock is running.
Right. It's running. Then nobody called timeout. Maybe they don't have any left.
Well, believe it or not, I think some of the people in the press box are either tired over there or cold or both.
Right.
We're under 30 seconds. Clock running, 22-16, and Northern Pulaski cannot stop. They must have used up all their timeouts.
Yeah, put the knee down. That's the ball.
Rice will take a knee, and Johnson County will not have to take another snap.
Nice.
And the Golden Eagles came in here.
Controlled the game.
And controlled the game with that offensive line, the 5 guys up front. Mm-hmm. As I mentioned, Chase Litton, Grant Bingham, Eddie Gibson, Logan Holt, and Mason Lemaster for the
Really good job.
Yeah,
now, have they been here before?
They've been here about every year.
About every year.
At least on the 8th grade level, I know for sure. And Northern Pulaski about the same as well. They have really done a nice job. But we see the guys shaking hands there. We see the officiating crew go. 7 officials for the championship games. Good move, I thought, by the people that are organizing this to get those 7 officials here and at least give the kids a good feel of what it might be like to play at the college level.
And I think this official crew right here for this game did a very good job.
I agree. We'll get the public address announcer here in just a minute with the final presentation of awards tonight. As we mentioned, Corbin, 8th grade, over Boyle County in the Division II 8th grade championship game. It was, help me out here, guys. It was Corbin winning the 7th grade championship. Who won the other 8th grade? LCA over Pikeville convincingly in the other in the Division III, right? 8th grade championship game, and this is the Division I 8th grade championship. Johnson County with the title here tonight, and we'll get to the public address announcer for all the post game awards, and then we'll quickly cut it off and head out of here.
Since Johnson County won the football game and they're the champion, but come on, Darren, that doggone Northern Pulaski team's a fine football team.
A very good team. And that's the thing. You're not a bad football team because you lose this championship game.
No, gosh. No.
Every team that got this championship game are good teams.
Wow.
All right, we're going to listen to the public address and we're going on.
Representative Northern Pulaski. State runners up.
Yeah. Thank you. I'll save you. Bye-bye.
And now, from Region 3.
Well, Coach, we just got the stats, the final stats, and we cheated Butcher a couple of carries. How about this, guys? 30 carries, 210 yards, and 2 scores.
That's big time offense for Butcher.
Yeah, you can't find too many guys that carry the ball. There's Johnson County getting their recognition, and Northern Pulaski. There's the sportsmanship we were talking about, Coach.
Yep, really nice.
As you see Rodriguez come over and get a hug from Trey Price. So for the 2017 State Middle School Football Playoffs, so long from PrepSpin.